Welcome back to the Playboy Mazda MX5 Cup from Autobahn.
Heavy traffic here at Autobahn Country Club. First 5 minutes complete, working lap number 2. Evans again will take a look. Kind of looks to me, one car is off. The 29, the PaveCon machine, goes off into the weeds there. That's the car Russell Walker from Dallas, Texas, one of the MER entries. Russell and David Walker, father-son team, they share that entry.
It looks like he's really stuck in the grass right now. This place is so wet and soft that it's hard to get going, and you got to drive it almost like it's like ice. But he's actually been doing a really good job. Now there where he dropped a wheel off on the edge, and that's all it took because it just turned that thing around and didn't get any grip on the outside. But he had moved up and was catching the lead group, so he was going very fast for this. But now he's lost, gosh, a half a lap while he's just trying to get out of the grass, and finally gets back to the racetrack.
Russell Walker was running fairly deep in the field when all of that happened, but this certainly will put a serious crimp in his hopes of scoring a top 10 finish. Brad Rappelberg continues to lead. We put 2 laps on the board here. Nick Evans in the 28 car is next in line, one of the Team MER entries, and Justin Piscatell, series point leader there in the 89. I was just getting ready to say, Elliott, it looked to me as though Rappelberg might be holding Evans up here a little bit.
Well, I think that might be the case. And it looks like we got Jesse Combs getting by Cooper there, so that we'll see what Jesse can do now. But, you know, it just doesn't take much of a mistake right now. You just get a little slide. Because these are, as they talk, momentum cars, you get a little bit of slide. You lose that momentum, and you're going to lose a spot here because somebody's going to be right there to take it over for you. But it looks like these 3 are getting away, and if they stay single file for a while, they may be able to break away from the other guys.
Rappelberg and the blue machine, the 4 car, continues to be our leader. Right-hander here. Let's put you onto the back section of this 3.5-mile circuit at Autobahn Country Club. A couple of straightaways coming up.
Yeah, 8 and 9 are a very tight section, but as you come out of 10 here, then you've got a pretty short chute, but it's one of the longer ones on the track, and then you have the little chicane, more or less, at 11-12 they're coming up on. Now, there is a shot at out-braking somebody here, but you know, the cars have such good brakes on these MX5s that you can go so deep. It is really hard unless you get a good run at somebody to catch up with him. And how he come out of this, a little bit sideways there. That may cost Rappelberg. He's got him right on his tail now, and they come back up here, go over the little bit of a jump here. And the next corner is actually a pretty fast corner.
Little downhill section here to another right-hander. Evans really putting a lot of pressure on Rappelberg. Evans is going to try him. Took a look to the inside, and you've got to, with such short straightaways, Elliott, you've got to be great coming off the previous corner if you're going to make a serious move.
Oh, you do, and trouble with it is a lot of the corners are a little bit slow coming onto it, and when you get that little slow, it's if it's a little bit tough to get the run. Oh, it looks like he's got a run now.
Evans
into
goes
this
by.
Decreasing radius.
Nick Evans on the inside in the 28 car, and here comes Justin Piscatell. Piscatell trying to shove his way by Rappelberg and move into second spot. And is Jesse Combs back there at the Cool Gas 77 in 4th. Cooper now shuffled to 5th. Rappelberg right alongside Piscatell. Side by side for second spot. Side by side battling into the corner. Rappelberg way out in the gray.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, when you got the right, left, you can go side by side. Each corner somebody has a little disadvantage. But the other thing that happened here is Jesse Combs is able to make up that distance because these guys are racing like that.
And the leader, Evans, starting to pull away a little bit from Rappelberg. Let's check in with Bill Stevens.
Down here with Jason Sandy, he's the team owner of MER. It looked like it was only a matter of time before Nick was going to be able to get around Brad.
Yeah, Nick, we knew they had a strong place. He wasn't really saying anything, but we were telling him all along to keep the pressure on Brad. You know, early in the race when the cars are closer together, that's a good time to put pressure on. And, you know, he's a great talent, and so is Justin. So we got both of them up there at the front. Hopefully they can stay there.
All right, and it looks as if he is pulling away out there.
And Nick Evans adding to his lead downhill, one of the short chutes into a left-hander here at Autobahn Country Club. Now for Brad Rappelberg, the view's a little different when you get past like that, Elliott. You're shuffled back to second.
Sometimes it's actually easier to follow than it is to lead because you don't have the pressure of worrying about what the guy's going to do. But he has to still worry because he's got Justin Piscatell right on his rear end, and he's got to worry about still making a mistake at that time. Now, I think Evans, as we've seen, has been sliding the car in a few things. Now, on a day like today, the tires shouldn't go off as much from using them up, but it has a chance of doing that if you slide the cars out and get a lot of temperature in them.
Right back with more at the Autobahn Country Club in a moment. We are back. The Playboy Mazda MX5 Cup. Trouble for one of the contenders here. Two of the contenders in some trouble. Justin Piscatell off the pace. I think Jesse Combs has made a huge move into second. Rampelberg took over there. We've got damage on Piscatell's car, Elliot Forbes Robinson.
Boy, it sure does. Something's coming off of it right there. Maybe the inner panel or something is coming off the car, and that's not going to be, boy, it's all the way underneath. He's lost the whole front spoiler, looks like.
Looks like he's run over something on the racetrack. I'm not sure if that's, well, it is. It's part of the front bodywork on his machine. I think he and the race leader, Nick Evans, got together there. Evans shuffled way back to 7th now. See as they come down this straightaway. We'll see if we can sort out where everyone is for you here at Autobahn Country Club. Lots of action. There's Piscatell. He's got bodywork. That's not from his race car. That's from another machine. I think that might be a sign. I think that's one of those easy up signs. And Combs way offline in the cool gas car.
Boy, a lot of people are really having some trouble here just staying on the road. It must be slipperier out there than we think, or something's going on, because there's a lot of guys having trouble. But you know, when you drop a wheel off here, you bring mud and dirt back on the track too, so it makes it a little bit tough. We got parts laying on the track too, so.
That looks like an inner liner of a fender there that's got dumped up onto the racetrack. Obviously some contact while we were looking at one battle away from where this was all going on at the head of the field. Now there's points leader Piscatell. He was right there in third right before this sequence of events that has put Brad Rampelberg back into the lead. I'm guessing from what we saw that the car of Piscatell and the car of Nick Evans, who started on the outside pole and took the lead, got together. Evans has been shuffled way back in the running order. He's being shown 7th right now with 4 laps complete. There's Piscatell in the 89. He getting knocked back to 5th spot in all of this action that's taken place here at the Autobahn Country Club course.
You know, it's kind of odd, because what we saw was that Evans was leading, but Rampelberg was behind him and Piscatell next. And so, you know, maybe Evans got off the road and then came back on at a time when Rampelberg went by and he got into his teammate, or maybe his teammate went off to avoid him at the same time, because if that was a sign, normally those signs aren't on the track. You have to go off the track to get one.
And those are called A-frames, those signs that fold and kind of sit by the course, giving event advertisers a little extra exposure here. That one will not see the light of day for the balance of the weekend here at Autobahn Country Club. So all of this with 31.5 minutes to go of racing in the opener of our 2 days of coverage here, the Harrah's Autobahn Grand Prix presented by Mazda. Back to Bill Stevens.
Danny once again of MER Motorsports. He just spoke to his drivers, Justin Piscatell and Nick Evans. What happened out there that cost Nick the lead?
Well, he got in some mud. Obviously, we had some rain this morning, and some of the cars towards the back of the field brought some mud on the track. By the time Nick, who was the lead car, got to it, he had no idea, and it caused him to go off, and it caused a couple of cars to go off. So unfortunately, we lost the lead, but it's a long way to go, and hopefully we'll be able to regain that.
Just as you guys speculated, it was that mud that caused the mayhem.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have cars that can go off the track and bring some back on. And you know, Rampelberg did a good job getting through there while the other guys struggled.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have Cooper in 2nd place right now, and he's doing a great job. But, you know, the race isn't over, but it's going to be really tough to catch Rampelberg. You give him a lead like this where he can relax a little bit, he's going to be very, very quick and hard to catch, because these cars are so equal. To break up this distance is going to be very, very tough.
Brad Rampelberg, your leader, back with more in Joliet.